Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are back in the Sentinel City for the penultimate progress log, as we look at the progress made on the elevated cliff above the city in regards to the temple, and further development of that area. In this log we'll also be looking at community contributions to this project through designs sent in and or built by members of our Discord community. Before that though, again I must say a huge thanks to our sponsor and server provider over at Host Havoc. Host Havoc is a server rental website that offers servers for a variety of games, along with TeamSpeak servers and web hosting. Host Havoc have a large selection of servers for many games, along with a great administration interface for your servers, a great knowledge base for new server owners like myself, and great customer service both pre and post purchase. This project would not be possible without Host Havoc providing us with this server, so as always a massive thanks to the guys over there for making this possible. If you're looking to rent a server, Host Havoc is definitely the place for you. So, as I went over in the last episode, the elevated section of the city would be home to a temple, which will also serve as the councilors' office. Initially, these were the only plans for this area, but since then a lot has changed, and the entirety of the elevated area has been completely built up and changed, as we'll see shortly. As you can see at the moment we're flying through the city at ground level, and a lot more decoration has been done to make the city feel much more alive and busy. Most of this is very small scale decoration in terms of shrubbery and different statues, a couple of NPCs here and there, but there are a lot of different decoration elements that have been added. For now though, before we get to the monument, let's take a look at a design from one of our Discord community members, Ben. Ben is an ARC player on console who sent us some screenshots of a residential build he'd made that he thought would suit the server. Through a couple of screenshots, Doomshade built this home within our server over in the residential district on the waterfront, and designed it as a pirate's home, for the less than desirable types to count their riches and try to hide away from the sea patrols from the Elven Covenant and Stormhold. Taking a look through this home, you can see how this design from Ben actually works really well for this area. Doomshade has also done a great job on the decoration front, creating a home that truly feels like a pirate's hideaway, including the hidden treasure room that holds a true scoundrel's bounty. This construction by Ben and Doomshade is extremely impressive, and does a lot to build up a relatively small story of a small band of pirates in a coastal trade town. Next we'll look at the Herbalist Store, which our Discord member Quassel built a while ago. You've probably seen this store in passing in our last progress logs, as it's right in the middle of the city in the marketplace. This build was initially sent by Quassel quite a while ago on our Discord in the Show Your Builds channel, and a few hours later after he sent that picture, Quassel joined us on the server and rebuilt that store in the middle of our city as one of the first marketplace buildings. The architectural style is quite different from most of the structures around, but considering the purpose of this store, I think it works quite well. The interior is meticulously decorated, and perfectly encapsulates what a herbalist store should look like. The store even has living quarters for the resident apothecary, which makes the shop seem even more realistic as both a storefront and a home for the owner. Quassel did a great job with this store, and I'm personally a massive fan of it, especially the decoration elements. Next, we are going up to the cliff to take a look at what has happened with the monument site. Firstly, we've added public access stairs over near the residential tavern, which work perfectly to give a sense of luxury and importance to the area. As we reach the apex of the stairs, you can see that this area has been turned into a wonderful plaza. Ignore Doomshade's unconscious body, he'll probably wake up soon. Most of this area is Doomshade's creation aside from the temple, so let's take a look at what he's done, starting with the bank. Every good city needs a bank, whether it's a massive one or a small one, and this one is just right for the Sentinel City. It feels like the perfect bank setting, mixing some modern architectural styles such as the queue barriers and vendor windows, with a colour and material palette that defines the city. As you can see, the rest of the plaza is extremely extensive, transforming what was previously a barren desert plateau into a glorious and well fleshed out plaza. When I recorded this section, obviously you can tell most areas were not decorated. However, soon we will take a look over some of the decorations that were later placed in this area. Let's head over to the temple. The initial temple plaza has a heavy focus on nature, with plenty of planters and trees adorning the area along with our temple statues. Heading into the temple itself, this place is clearly designed as a community worship place, with plenty of different altars and worship sites for the citizens of the city. The scale of this build is massive and makes the Temple of Set feel like a grandiose and important building. If we take the left side door here and head upstairs, this is where the councilor's office can be found. This office is a big aesthetic change from the temple, as it should be, and is the place where the 7 councillors of the city make the laws and dictate trade routes to different civilizations. This room holds a variety of maps and other things, along with a few members of the Cold Embrace, which may hint at some seeds of corruption and hidden alliances within this city. Of course, the office has a large glass wall that looks over the entire city, which mirrors the councilors' role in watching over the city itself. Now, before we look at the decorated plaza, let's head up to the councilors' home. This is tucked away on the large sandstone pillars on the east side of the city above the graveyard. The staircase section is currently made from sandstone as a placeholder material, but will be replaced eventually with the materials that match the colour and material scheme of this city. As you can see, the graveyard is small, yet definitely suits this area well, with a vault in the rock serving as a large tomb for some of the more affluent members of this city. Doomshade constructed this graveyard, and I really like what he did with the area. To the right of the vault tomb is yet another staircase that leads to the councilor's home, which I built. The house isn't yet furnished, but you can see that it's definitely large enough to comfortably house the 7 councillors of the city, keeping them far away from the common citizens far below this plateau. This house design works nicely, but once it's fully decorated, this house will be the perfect place for the lawmakers of this city. Finally, before we finish, let's look at the partially decorated plaza. Again, this was decorated by Doomshade. We added another mod to our list for some decoration elements here, with that mod being Extreme Exiles. This is a mature content mod that includes a lot of adult elements which we won't be using, but it also includes some great decoration elements such as this wonderful cherry tree with falling petals. As you can see, Doomshade has started to also populate the area with some NPCs. Heading over to the temple, I also placed some pillars inside the temple itself to improve the interior and make it better segmented and visually supported. Within the complex outside the temple, there are rooms for many different purposes, and that's odd. Ignore the pig. As I was saying, this area is still partially decorated, but you can see how this area will be decorated and the sort of residents this plaza will serve. Doomshade has also created some stores near the western side of the plaza, using aquilonian and Khitan pieces to better suit some of the stores in regards to selling foreign wares, which of course would be available within a trade hub such as the Sentinel City. Finally, on the west side, Doomshade also made this wonderful little garden terrace area, which is probably my favourite part of the plaza, if not the entire city. This tiny little 2x3 garden is wonderfully made and suits this area perfectly. And there we have it, our penultimate progress log for the Sentinel City. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Doomshade, Quassel and Ben for their contributions to this city, which is now almost finished. Also, of course, another thanks to our sponsors, Host Havoc. Next time in the city, we'll be showcasing the completed city with decorations and NPCs at various different times of the day to show off all the little details within this town. After that, of course, we'll be moving to the next city and starting that project, which I'm thinking might be the Stormhold capital city. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for future builds or things to add to our next city project. I'm always open to ideas, so feel free to suggest anything you like. Don't forget to join the fun on our Discord through the link in the description, and if you'd like to get involved in the project, just ask. As long as you're on PC, well, I mean, you don't even have to be on PC, you can submit designs like Ben did, and we'll do our best to get them put into the next city. So again, if you'd like to join in or just join the Discord and chat, the link is in the description. If you would like to support the future of this channel, the link to my Patreon is also in the description below, with various tiers and rewards from special Discord roles, sneak peeks at new videos before anyone else, your name at the end of videos and more. On that note, a thanks to our patrons Sammy, Doomshade and Dawnfox. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on this channel. There are plenty more Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live on Twitch, to be the first to see the next video and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.